Hey everyone, it's Cindy from Pro31 Speaks. Get out there and eat your popsicles. It's time to start planting. Well, I sure hope you've had an opportunity to get out there and get some stuff that you need for planting your seedlings. We've had an opportunity to go ahead and order a couple of different seeds. I know, I can't believe it. We have so many, and yet I ordered more. Ooh, it's a disease. But get out to the dollar store. They have everything you need this year. They even have packets of seedlings that are going for about 4 packages for $1. You can't find that anywhere else. If not, get out to your local nursery and you can find them for between $1.69 up to $4. When they get towards $4 for a packet of seeds, that's way too much, and you can do better than that. So don't think that this is going to cost you $1 million. Get out to the dollar store. They have dirt. They have containers, they have peat, they even have plant stakes. Yep, even things for tomatoes when they grow so tall. I have to tell you, for less than $10 you can get started. And I really hope that you get out there and do this. Are you ready? I'm going to start with all of my spices. I like a couple of different herbs, and they often have to be grown each year. I don't bother bringing them in because I don't really have a very sunny kitchen window. I have a sunny sunroom window, but we keep that room cold for the winter. So it doesn't really help, and they'll die off in the cold. So what I've done, now, you heard me in the beginning, popsicle sticks. I mean, come on. It's the only time someone's going to get on here and say, go eat popsicles. So you'll have extra popsicle sticks if you don't want to go to the dollar store and get about 10 of these different indicators. Trust me, once the plant starts growing and they're all tiny, you're not going to remember. Okay, maybe 1 out of 1,000,000 people will remember because you got a brilliant brain. I have no memory, so I always have to use stakes that remind me what exactly I've planted. Now, with these already pre-made little pots that we made, I hope you took the chance to make those with all your paper towel tubes and all your toilet paper tubes. You only fill them up 3/4 of the way, because then we'll put the seeds in and then we'll cover them with dirt and we'll water them. I've got mine all set here. Some of the herbs and spices I like to plant over and over again are things that I use for cooking on my cooking station. Wow, Pro31 Speaks. I like thyme, though it looks like thyme. Sage. Maybe it's saggy. We don't know. Here's parsley. It's a fun one. This particular one's going to be the curly variety, not the flat leaf. And then we have cilantro. Frijoles. Yes. Frijoles negros. Black beans. Oh, man. You got to love it with black beans. I happened to save some from my cilantro plant last year. So you can do that, too. I'll show you how to save seeds as we move farther into the season. I have many different types of basil. This particular one is a sweet basil. So when I label my sticks, I happen to label them not just that, oh, it's basil, because I'm going to want to know what it is when I want a particular flavor, if I want to go with a Thai basil or if I want a more Italian sweet basil, then I want to know what it is. Lastly, these truly are my favorite. This is what I'm going to do this year. I promised myself. I love lavender. I don't necessarily love it in desserts and food, although, so French. I love to speak French so much. All right, I love lavender, but I will not be cooking with it. So here's the point. I have an English lavender, and I have lady lavender. Swap. There. So I would have to make a stake for each and not just call it lavender, because when it comes up, guess what? Sure, yeah, it's lavender, but I want to know which one's which, because it also gives me information on the back, how long it takes for them to grow, how I have to treat them in the cold. Do I have to baby them? Do I have to give them a bottle before bed? Just kidding. Okay, they're not babies. All right, let's get sowing our seeds. Neat. So here I have some of my little seedling pots I made. And that is exactly how I'm going to go ahead and label them. I'm only doing 2 of each variety. Normally, I would fill this whole box, and I would get an entire row. So I would have probably 15 plants. But for the sake of helping you, all of my friends, yes, but of course, I'm going to do this. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. When you start with your packet of seeds, I know it sounds silly, but I'm going to give you a little bit of an instruction. They're really sealed quite tight at the top, and you'll want to keep all of the information intact. So don't just rip it open. Sometimes we'll cut across the top, but if I'm lucky and I can open it up just slightly, breaking the seal, then I can get the seeds out of it. One thing that my husband really likes to drive home is that seeds are often treated with chemicals. So you will want to not touch seeds with your bare hands. Once you put on gardening gloves, it gets a little difficult to deal with very tiny seeds. So I'll often get a small piece of cardboard or the lid of a yogurt container and cut a little V out of it. From that point, I'll have something very small, whether it's a toothpick or another piece of cardboard. If you have the popsicle stick, the end of one of these. Once I put the seeds in here, then I'll just be able to let a few of them go. So hopefully you'll be able to see, and I won't just dump them everywhere and it'll be hilarious. No, actually that would be hilarious. I'd be laughing. So I happen to have a little paintbrush, but again, you can use anything. In each one of my pots, I'm going to put at least 3 seeds, no more than 3 because I'll have to thin them out. Again, this is just my English lavender, and I'm going to put 4 seeds in, and I'll do that for the next one. Oop. They're so small you probably couldn't even see it. Even if you slowed this down, you wouldn't be able to see it. Also, doing this helps me place the seeds right back in, and I never had to touch them. Everybody's happy? Clean hands? All right. Also, if we've been very delicate, then we can just seal it over, put a little piece of tape on that, something, the see-through Scotch tape, some magic tape, and it'll keep for another year. You have to keep these in a cooler, dry, and dark place. Otherwise, you'll compromise the seeds. And they really are only good for about 2 years. You might get some germination after 3 years, maybe after 4, but usually the seeds actually do go bad. On the back, I can read all about how long these will take. They'll need full sun when they're finally planted outside. They take 90 days to harvest. That's if I want to harvest the leaf or if I want to harvest the flower. They go to a height of 30 inches. They prefer full sun. Look at that. They'll tell you everything here. The depth, I need to barely cover these. So that's why I filled most of the dirt up, and then I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit more dirt on top. Hey, guess what? They're container friendly, so I don't have to keep them down in the ground. I can keep them in containers. I have this nice potting soil. You can use a sterilized soil. You can use it. High amounts of peat moss are just fine. So I'm going to sprinkle in some dirt all the way to the top. Again, in my little pots, I'd gone nearly to the top as it was. And then I left just a little bit of space to put the rest of the dirt in. Remember, these particular seeds didn't want to be planted deeply, but you'll need to read for each one of your seedlings on the back how deep to sow. Now you might ask yourself, Cindy, we're trying to save money, and I am too. I live to save money. So I'm not asking you to go out and buy all new supplies. As you see, we could eat some popsicles. Who's hating that? We can just take toilet paper tubes. If you don't have toilet paper, who wipes? What's that from? Anybody know? Come on, leave it in the comments. You got to have toilet paper tubes. And if you don't have newspapers, they do have some free things that are often in your local stores. And they are free, and you can take a few. So go back and look at that video of mine. Like and subscribe. You'll find it. You'll find it. I don't want you to go out and buy a watering can. I mean, it's really handy to have if you have it, or a mister. Fantastic. That's great. But please, don't go out and spend more money. Most of us have a water bottle. And the simplicity of this little gadget here is, if you don't love it, you don't want it to be a water bottle. And by the way, you shouldn't keep refilling these because they do leach out if you keep water sitting in there. And especially in the sun. Somebody go look it up. But what you can do with a water bottle is just take a nail. Put a couple of holes in the lid. Simple dimple. I can't even believe it. Here we go. Just a minute. I'm going to show you just how difficult this is to do. Because, oh wait, that wasn't so hard. Okay, so if you put like, oh man, unbelievable. It's like I'm amazing. I can't believe how good I am at this today. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to have like my own little squirter. Oh my gosh, and I didn't spend anything. You know, someone's got a water bottle around somewhere, so don't even tell me you don't. Now, you just want to keep these moist. They don't want to be overwatered. Just keep it moist, so not soaking wet. Remember that container you may set it in. You can use a glass container. You can use your some cookie tray or something just to keep the water from going through. Keep it in a sunny window or some window that gets at least 5 hours of light a day. But we want these to grow slowly. It's still March where I am. It's a little chilly. So I'm not going to put these outside and get them hardened up until probably late April, or when I can be assured there is no frost. Once you have them all set, all watered, cover them with a piece of plastic, something like saran wrap, or something light like a moist paper towel, which you can moisten with your bottle of water. We'll make sure we'll check them every other day. And soon we won't need that wet paper towel there. The seedlings will begin to come up, and that's when you really need the light, because they need warmth, they need moisture, and then when the leaves come up, they need light, because that is the miracle that we learned, all in 4th and 5th grade, photosynthesis, and then we forgot until it showed up somewhere around 9th grade biology, and we're like, you again? But yes, light turning into food. Oh my gosh. I have to tell you, plants are miraculous. And so are you. So come on and join me. Get your seedlings started. And let's go be pros together.